Hello, I'm Samuel Goldberg of Romans 33 News, and we interrupt your viewing of the Roman Olympics with a breaking news bulletin. The itinerant preacher Jesus of Nazareth, who has been drawing huge crowds at his public appearances, who is on record as criticizing the Pharisees and Sadducees, and who has allegedly been speaking sedition against Rome, has been arrested in a park near Jerusalem. Reporters are on their way to the Garden of Gethsemane now, ready to bring you this exclusive.
Den Prozess des bekannten Wanderpredigers aus Judäa, Jesus von Nazareth. Obwohl es zu seiner Herkunft nur lückenhafte Informationen gibt, wissen wir, dass er ein bescheidener Mann und Sohn eines Handwerkers ist. Nach Ansicht der herrschenden Partei der Pharisäer ist er der Volksverhetzung und der Aufwiegelung schuldig.
Personne pouvait. Les pharisiens représentent Jésus comme un homme qui essaie de renverser la balance de puissance et encourage une révolte contre eux-mêmes et César, et essaie de prendre l'autorité loin d'eux. Ils disent aussi que ces enseignements sont blasphématoires selon les textes juifs religieux.
Trúarbrot. En þeir sem hann hefur hjálpað síðustu 3 ár halda því fram að hann sé saklaus og að réttarinsóknin þessi sé uppgerð og vakningin pólitísk. Við höfum rannsakað.
Who is this Jesus? Many had only heard rumors about him before his splashy arrival in Jerusalem last Sunday. His followers suddenly mushrooming into thousands threw palm leaves along the main highway into David's city. When he appeared, he was riding, of all things, a donkey. Pharisees quickly pointed out that it was a publicity stunt that he stole from Zechariah. They also criticized his followers. Jesus merely replied, and I quote, "If these people become silent, the stones will cry out." This only infuriated the scribes, who pointed out that he stole this line from Habakkuk. As one Pharisee complained, you need a concordance to track this guy's comments. Reports circulated throughout the next few days of miraculous healings, veiled threats, vague references to death and eternal life. Jeremiah Gadd of Roman 33 News reported that Jesus had a small gathering for the Passover this evening, which included his original 12 followers from the Galilee area. We bring you now to the garden and Jeremiah Gadd with this Roman 33 exclusive. Jerry, are you there?
I need more light to see my notes. Someone get those lights in close. Bring them in as close as you can. More light!
Jerome, can you hear me? Jeremiah, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Sam, I can barely hear you. In the garden, rumors are traveling faster than Galilean pilgrims during a temple pigeon sale. Roman guards are everywhere, and the Sanhedrin isn't talking. I pulled aside one of the guards. Could you describe what happened here tonight?
We came with a cohort of soldiers.
A full cohort for just one man?
I thought it was sort of unusual too, but he had his followers with him, and there had been rumors of the temple being destroyed, and some claims of immortality. Our centurion briefed us thoroughly. Just the usual messianic complex profile, he said, whatever that means.
So how many people went to arrest Jesus?
With the cohort, the Pharisees, some ambulance chasers, I'd guess around 600.
Did you find a mob of Jesus supporters when you arrived?
It was really dark, but it seemed as if he only had about 10 men with him, and they started to fall back as we approached. We had one of his followers with us as an informant. He went up to Jesus and kissed him on the cheek, which was our signal to grab him. Jesus, that is.
What happened next?
When asked if he was Jesus, he said, "I am." And those of us in the front fell down.
Fell down?
Well, we were knocked down, sort of, like some sort of force pushed us over.
A force pushed you over?
What are you, a reporter or a parrot? I guess there's no difference. Yes, a force pushed us over. Then again, maybe someone in the front just tripped.
What happened next?
One of his followers had a sword and sliced off Malchus's ear.
What part does Malchus play in all this?
Malchus is a slave of the high priest. Blood gushed all over, but the funny thing was, Jesus walks right up to him, picks up the ear, and puts it back in place. And Jesus is reprimanding his follower for using a sword.
Let's get one thing perfectly clear. That's unsubstantiated rumor. It was nighttime and visibility was poor at best.
Your highly trained men didn't carry torches even though it was night?
I have no further comment.
Captain, why all the soldiers? Was someone afraid Jesus would try to escape?
Get these men out of here.
Or was someone afraid Jesus wouldn't try to escape?
Get this guy out of here.
Jerry. For For our Gentile viewers, the I am statement that Jesus made may have been a reference to the sacred name of God, which was given to Moses. I quote from the second book of Moses, "Thus you shall say to the sons of Israel, I am has sent me to you." The scribes and Pharisees tell us that this was the basis of sacred name of God, which we cannot mention on network television. If Jesus was making this sort of reference, you can be sure that it will not sit well with the Sanhedrin. We will bring you more updates as we become aware of them. We return you now to the Roman Olympics.
And all the things you can make with tomatoes. By the way, we have recipes from the QVC hosts on QVC.com.
Yes, we do.
Salsa, bruschetta, sandwiches, salads,
I just love them. You can make wonderful soups with them, but absolutely laden with juice, laden with flavor.
Look
if
at
you
that.
want something, this is great. Why buy all of that mess at the...
We interrupt your morning program to bring you an important development concerning the Jesus arrest. Our sources have confirmed that Jesus has been brought to Pontius Pilate. Jesus was taken last night to the home of Annas and then to Caiaphas and the Sanhedrin. He was found guilty as charged. Sources say he has been sent to the Praetorium. In a few moments, the Sanhedrin's press secretary will meet with us. But before he arrives, we will get a little background on law from our legal reporter, Ben Judah. Ben, isn't it a little unusual to have a trial before the Sanhedrin in the middle of the night? I've never heard of it.
It doesn't have many precedents, Sam. I wasn't allowed into the chamber, but it appears that the Sanhedrin moved very quickly. Various witnesses appeared and said that Jesus claimed that if someone destroyed the temple, he could raise it up in 3 days.
It's hardly a capital offense.
But to the Sanhedrin, that sounded like an open invitation to any fruitcake to chip a few stones out of the portico. Perhaps they were afraid the Romans would take Jesus seriously. At any rate, something must have really frightened them because they went after him with everything in the book.